Everyone needs friends. I hope you have a lot of them. We can't be emotionally healthy without friends. But we need friends that build us up and doesn't tear us down. We need friends that inspire us instead of depress us. We need friends we can count on. So even though we need friends, we need to pick our friends carefully. As the Bible says, the companion of fools will suffer harm. I'd like to tell you two stories about a time when I did not pick my friends carefully. And because of that, I suffered harm. The first story is when I was in college. I got a ride home with a friend who had an old bug Volkswagen. Didn't have any seat belts. It was a junker. But he offered me a ride home. It's about 30 miles home from where I was going to school at the time. And I agreed. I didn't carefully look at him, or I would have known that he'd been drinking. He was, in fact, quite drunk. Today, probably I would have made him pull over and drive myself, but at that time I didn't do it, and he was driving drunk. And we were going home, and he was getting faster, and he accidentally slipped off the edge of the road. And he overcompensated being drunk, and he jerked the wheel, and the car spun 3 times this way, and then went down a 15-foot embankment and flipped over 3 times. When the car stopped, he was upside down, and I was on the ceiling, upside down, and I don't know what I did, but I just grabbed the seat. I didn't have any seat belts. I just grabbed the seat to try to hold on when we started spinning. And I pulled the seat completely out of the floor, and I still had the death grip on that seat. My friend had been thrown out of the car on the first 3 spins, and like drunk people always, he wasn't hurt at all. And I had to go to the hospital, and they patched me up. I had some cuts and things, but I could have been easily killed at that point. That was my friend, but he caused me harm. Second story is about when I was in college. My 2 friends, actually 3 friends, and I went out to this bar. We were planning to go to a dance, and we went to this bar. It was kind of a honky-tonk kind of bar. It wasn't a kind I would pick, but one of my friends picked it. And we went in, and the valedictorian of our high school class, who has since become a very wealthy engineer, started ragging these 2 giant rednecks in the bar. I mean, both of them were like 250 pounds. They were huge. And one of them had his girlfriend or wife there, and Butch, my friend, the engineer, became an engineer, started flirting with her, and started ragging them. And the guy was getting more and more upset, and he said, "Do you see something you like?" And Butch said, "Not much."
Oh.
Well, that was it. Both of these 2 giant guys stood up, started coming toward us. Butch stood up, I stood up, and I said to myself, well, this is not a problem. We got 5 of us, and there's only 2 of them. It's going to be okay. And just before the biggest of the 2 guys reached me, I looked around, and all my other friends had fled. It was just me and Butch. And I had the big one. Well, it's an interesting story because he pulled my jacket up over my head, tore it in 2, hit me a few times on the top of the head. Now, I have to tell you that I've had boxing lessons when I was a child. One of my best friends his father trained the Golden Gloves people from our community. So me and his son, we fought all the time. We boxed all the time. So I knew how to box, but this guy was huge. And so he hit me a couple of times. I pushed him back. Finally got him in a pew. I mean, in a booth in the restaurant. And he just fell down in the booth and he was stuck. And so I could work on him. So I don't really feel like I won that fight, but everybody said I did. I did have some big lumps on top of my head. My leather jacket was destroyed completely. I never, my leather jacket was gone, which I really missed. But I got a reputation that I had whipped this big, huge guy. So I go outside and I say, here's my other three friends standing out there. Of course, Butch got pummeled, by the other guy. So I go outside and I say, where were you guys? And they were all embarrassed. I don't think they were very, very good friends. Yes, your friends can be a big plus in your life, or they can be a big negative. They can cause you harm, or they can give you things that cause great blessings and benefits to you. You actually need three kinds of friends. Three kinds of friends. You need people that are kind of like you, kind of equal with you, that you can be friends with, and you are vulnerable with each other, and you talk to each other, and you trust them. You need those kind of friends. Then you need people who can mentor you, people that are wiser than you, people that have gone further in life than you, and you need people that can help you become better. And then you need a third type of friend. You need people that you can mentor. That's people, whether it's in Toastmasters or whether it's in life or in a job, people that you can help become better, people that you can help get better. But let me give you one warning. When you have these friends, when you have particularly friends that are kind of like you and people that you are mentoring, you need to make sure that they're not influencing you as much as you're influencing them. That you're influencing them to be better instead of them influencing you. I've known people who had friends that they said they were mentoring, but that person was influencing them more than they were influencing them. So it's important to choose your friends carefully, because it is indeed true that a companion of fools will suffer harm. So I'll leave that lesson to you. Choose your friends carefully. I'm a Toastmaster. Really.